So, this video is going to be a tutorial on how to do fake armatures and basically just how to do dinosaur models. How to make how to do dinosaur models and how to make them follow a fake armature. So firstly, we're going to need a model to make a fake armature on. And luckily enough, I have one already. So we're going to you just want to find whatever model it's fine. Usually I use MMD or whatever. So whatever model you want, grab it. So we'll go to what here? Whew, I gotta sneeze. Hey! So we'll get 1998 Godzilla because this is a good one. This is what I used. It's a good example. Scale this down. Obviously, you can press the S key in Blender to scale down if you didn't know. So we'll go through and we'll hit fix model here in a second. But so as you see, this model is a little bit you know, it's there, it's here. You can see how it's set up. So what we're going to be doing in theory, well, not in theory, what we will be doing here, simple enough. We will be taking the armature and creating a fake one for this new one, so it follows it in Unity, in theory at least. So we'll start with this. We'll go to fix model, get rid of all the shit we don't need. Okay, made it big again. Don't worry, we'll fix that. There we go. Okay, so we got all this, right? We got our hip bones, we got the legs, we got all this. So first things first is we need to move the hip bone to be with the leg so it works with full body. So what do we do? Okay, so you probably already know how to edit armatures, but if you don't, you want to click on the armature in Blender. You want to press tab, which makes it look like this, so then you can go through and individually edit and move bones. And we want the hips. So to get a good view of it, instead of doing it like this, press 1, or no, not 1. Press 5 on your numpad, and then press 1, and then 3. And that gives us a side profile. So we can then I'm going to switch from text mode to solid mode. It's easier to see. So this is the hip bone. We want to take it. We want to move it over here like this, just like that, so it's lined up properly. And then I believe it's this one we rotate. Yeah, we want to rotate it. We want to rotate it up. So we'll get a bird's eye view. See if that's okay. And do bird's eye. You just press 7. So just to let you know. So we rotate this. So and to rotate, get proper clicks. So you can just do by certain degrees. You press R and then you hold Control and you move your mouse. And if you see on the bottom left hand of my screen in Blender, it says ROT, and it gets the angle. It does it by 5s. So you want it to be right there, just like that. If it doesn't have a hip bone, you're gonna need to make one, but we'll get there eventually. So now that we got that, and we have this all set up and ready for full body, next comes the other part, creating the fake armature. Now we still want to be in edit mode for the armature, so you want to click on, I'm actually going to shrink this down just a tiny bit, just like that. What we're going to do is we're going to press E. We're going to press E on, or you want to select the bone in Blender. You want to select the bone with your right click. You want to select the top part here. You want to press E, and E is going to extrude and create a new bone. You press E, it's going to do this. And because you're on this view, it's not going to go all wonky. If you need to, press 7 to see if it's straight, and it seems to be. So if it's not straight, you just want to fix it, obviously. But it seems to be straight, so we want to continue creating bones. So this will be the spine bone, and then we do another one. This will be the chest bone. This will be the neck and the head bone. You got that. So you got that. Obviously, you can make it a lot bigger. So you can just take these. And just kind of. You can take these, just select them all by holding shift and then upscaling it with S key and then moving it up just like that. So it's a lot better. There you go. So now we do the arms, and the arms are fairly self-explanatory. So now instead of going to in the 3 view, you want to press 1 on your numpad, and you click this one, and then you press extrude. You press E. And you just do it. That's the shoulder. That's the arm. Oops. That's the shoulder. That's the arm. That's the elbow. That's the wrist. And you can just make 3 fake fingers as well, because you need 3 fingers for Unity, but I'll explain that later. So we do that again, and for this side we're going to need to get it exactly, so there's no like false or there's no messing up. So what we do is we take this, we take the values over here, so you see how the head, see the tail, which is this part, it needs to be this but a positive, so we copy that and then we get rid of the negative symbol. Go here. We go and copy. Oops, shit. We go and copy this. There we go. We do the same on the other side. We do the same for each other bone. We do this. The fingers don't need to be the same though, so you're fine on that. So we do this. Copy. Do. Copy. You only need to really copy the X and oops, the X and Z, the X and Z coordinates. So yeah, and then we do the next one, which is the elbow. And then copy, paste, and the wrist. Oops. Extrude. This one's gonna be a little bit wonky. Paste. And the fingers, you don't need to copy. Just do some random shit with this. Just there you go. Okay. So you have your fake armature set up now. You have your fake armature set up, so you're all good there. So now you can take whatever model you have for this, and you can take whatever model you have for this, and you can just kind of do whatever you want with it, you know. Now we'll go into the Unity portion of this. So you want to open up your Unity. I need to just go scroll down. Oopsies! I need to scroll all the way down. We'll go here. You can also get out of this view if you press 5 again. Oh, almost forgot. If you want to have the arms follow, you have to set it up in a T-pose. So to do that, right, we'll go back to 1, we'll press 5 again, and we'll press 1. And when rotating, again, press R, and then hold Control to get proper angles. So like that, and like that. So you don't want to move the shoulder bones, because the shoulders are going to look wonky. So leave the shoulders as they are, but move the arms, and I'll show you what to do. So you want to press 7 to get an up view and move the elbows. So you just want to get it into a T-pose. Nothing too extravagant. You can move the wrists, so like that. And yeah, obviously you want to set that up. to make this easier on yourself, instead of just like doing what I'm doing here, which I forgot I could actually do this until now. So what you can do is you can take the bones here, you can hold shift and then, oops, hold shift, oh wait no, hold control, right? Is it control or is it shift? Hang on. It's either control or shift. Do you want to control, you want to hold shift while in pose mode? Yeah, hold shift while in pose mode and select the bones. Select those three, right? Select the bones you're moving, hold copy, and then go over to the other side, select the bones by holding shift, and then press V, click flipped on X axis down here, and it'll copy the exact same pose. So you don't have to worry about that. So there you go. I think we gotta move the wrists just a tiny bit, so we're gonna control, oops. We're gonna do from a side, because we need to do this. Come on. To get the other side of any one of these angles, so say if you want to get the back side of this Godzilla, you just press 9, you're at his butt. So there you go. So you get to the other side of this, you press 3, you press 9. You just want to rotate the hand. I'm just gonna rotate it just a tiny bit for this one. I've already made this model. I'm just redoing it just for the video. So you just do control. You select this one. You do paste. Flip on X-axis. There you go. Alright, and then you want to click apply as rest pose. Alright, so now that's done.
I can sell these to the Dollar Tree store. I'll be back.
Okay. Now that that's done, we can export this into Unity. Now I'm not going to export this again because I already have a model of this. So I'm going to hop into here. So now we got Unity open. So now that we have Unity open, we can go through and do the other stuff. So, well, I'll just bring in a new Zilla because I already have it in my project. But so we'll go to Zilla. I didn't need Zilla. I'll bring in a new one. So obviously you're gonna want to scale it down because this is this is not how big he's gonna be. He's massive, big boy. So we will. That's not appropriate scale for Zilla, is it? No. It might be. No, it's not. I don't know. No, it's not. Anyway. So. Obviously, you want to scale it down, but we'll use this as a scale for now. So we'll do this. So for Zilla. I didn't move the shoulders on this one, so I gotta do that. Also, side note, I should mention, rename all the bones that are going to be followed to something else. I renamed them to Z spine, Z underscore, and then put the name of the thing. Just for ease of use and just so you know what you're doing. But that's what I did. So, apologies, I got a message there. So what we want to do, since mine is like this, I'm going to have to fix this real quick. So shoulder, arm. So shoulder is going to be. I'm gonna just. It's easier to work with. He's so chunky. He's so big. There we go. Angle that like that. You can't do the same thing in Unity as you can do in Blender with the posing. So you just have to kind of roll with this. Anyway, so now that we got that fixed, what we're gonna do here is we're going to go to the fake armature, which is spine, chest, and not what you renamed it to. And you want to go to each one of these. All right, so you want to open this up to the wrists and the head and stuff. So you should have open spine, chest, left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left wrist, neck, head, right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right wrist. And you want to press spine and go hold shift and then press wrist. I should highlight all this. And you can go over to here. You can go add component, and you want to type in rigid and go to rigid body. I had caps lock on, whoops. I remember having numlock on. So now here you want to change this so angular drag is 0, mass is 0.1, and then I believe, if I remember correctly, it was you freeze. Yeah, you freeze all these, so it doesn't move anything. And then click on this so it doesn't use gravity. If we do that, it'll just maybe make everything move down. And then we go to down here, where it's Z spine, Z chest, all that shaz and shit. I'm gonna open these up, right? You're gonna open these up, and you want to hold. So you press on Z spine, hold Control, press Z chest, and then hold Control, and then get the others too. You can't do the shift thing because these are in the way, and it'll select all those. And we don't want that, so you just do that, and you go add component, and this time you want to fix. You want to type in fix joint. And then do the same thing here, 0, 0.1, uncheck this, but then only do freeze position. You want it to still rotate, but you don't want it to move. So now we're good to go. So if we scroll down here, you see in fixture it wants a rigid body. So for what you want to do is you want to match these up. So for Z spine, you put in spine. And for Z chest, you put in chest, and so on and so forth until you get, what you have. So we'll do this. We'll go to Z shoulder. Oops. We'll go to left shoulder. Put in left shoulder, left arm, left elbow. Oops, wrong thing. Oops. Left elbow, left wrist. Oh fuck. Left wrist, neck, head. You get the idea. You just do this until you got all of your, you have all of your stuff set up. Right wrist. So in now the last part you need is in here, is in the configure menu. So I'm going to show you how I configured it, and you can follow along and see what I did. I'll save this. So for the configuration of this, it's going to be, when you first bring it in here, it's going to be very wonky and very weird. It's going to look awful, pretty much, to say the least. But we can fix it. So in here, in this menu, I'm just going to move this up here just for the time being. So in this menu, you will see multiple things. The first thing you will see is you will notice that all the Godzilla pieces, all the parts of the Godzilla that were in here, so these bones will be set up in this armature in here. But you don't want that. Damn dog. What you want is you want the fake armature to be detected and selected as what it is. So you go into here, and you go into the armature of the body of the model, and you select the stuff that is neck, head, spine, shoulders, and not the stuff that you renamed to whatever you call it. So for me, I don't want Z spine in the spine slot. I just want spine in the spine slot. Again, this works. This should be how it is for all these puppet avatars. It should be how it is, because then the game will see this armature and detect this, and because you have the rigid bodies on these, having these arms follow those arms, it'll think, oh, these are moving too. So that's how you want to set that up. And now you can do whatever for the view ball. This is the part that kind of gets everybody, that I think is kind of, it's the worst part. So what you do, yeah, we're gonna go add component VRC avatar descriptor, of course, and you want to. So what I do, since you can't really see where the actual head is, you can just go into here, spine, chest, neck, head. What I do is I create a 3D object, I create a sphere, obviously make it smaller, so let's do 0.01, 0.01, oops, 0.01, 0.01, 0.01, and that is where the head is, pretty much, or the base of it at least. So you can, at least this is where the base is, and you can just move up and down from there. So, using this ball as a reference point, you can move it up, so you want to move it to like 10 probably. It's a big avatar, so 20. This one, again, it's differentiating from the size. It differentiates with the size of the avatar, but it's still the same concept. Because this Zilla is a lot smaller, or a lot bigger I should say, than this Zilla, and then this Zilla down here is a lot smaller than the other one. So, obviously, it depends on the size of the avatar, but it still matters. It still is the same concept. So we'll go with maybe 17, 16. Oops. 16.5. So it's about there. About there is a good place for the view ball. And then you wanna move it like inside the ball. So move it to change this to like 0.1. There we go. And that's how you set that up. Animations are no different from how you usually do them. Obviously, you want to set it up so it's actually on the head of this and enable it on there. It still would work. There's nothing different about that. Missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything, but just to show you it works, I'm going to shove something in here. So let's see. Simple. There's a thing you can put in avatars called a simple avatar controller. I'm going to turn the sun back on to give it a nice look. And if you... hang on. Apologies. I got a phone call I had to deal with. Anyway. Just to show you it works, I put the simple avatar controller here, which just kind of gives it a base animation to test avatars. To show you that it works. Come on. Takes a little bit to load because I have so much crap in here. Oh. Well, look at that. Hey, it works. So there you go. So now you know how to make avatar puppets. And the rigid body setup would be the exact same for anything else. So you have an avatar, if you have an avatar with multiple arms, so like 4 arms or something, or like a General Grievous model or something, the rigid body setup would be the same to have those arms follow the main arms. It would be the exact same thing. It's all same concepts and shit. You can also do this with parent constraints, but luckily enough with the new update they didn't break the rigid bodies on avatars yet. Ooh, I forgot I put that over there. Luckily enough, they didn't break the rigid bodies on avatars yet, I'll say. So parent constraints also work with this, and they're a lot simpler to use. So yeah, well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll catch you guys later.